Every sports model's going to come for us.
We'll make that the intro.
Yeah.
No one knows what we're talking about. No, we're actually just talking about what we prefer in the posing realm. Completely unhinged way to start this episode.
Yeah,
But
I don't know how we even got there.
I was just saying, we were just talking how obviously Sandra's like, TPI announced she was a posing coach. And I was like, yeah, which is fucking sick. And, we're going to be hosting some Melbourne workshops and stuff like that I was just talking about. But look, we all have a preference of things we like teaching. And I feel like when you're neurospicy, when you have to teach things that just don't feel aligned to your core, it really feels like work.
Yeah, it does.
Like when you have to do things.
it's like coaching clients that aren't aligned with you.
Aligned. It's like not what your niche is.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
And I was just saying, I was like, when I teach posing, look, don't get me wrong, I have nothing against the sports and the the fitness categories, but the posing is not something I love or I enjoy. I love the bikini posing. I love fit model. I think it's
bikini
beautiful.
girl at heart.
Yep, bikini girl at heart. I love FMG and I love even wellness posing. I think it's stunning. I think it's so elegant and feminine. Like I love a bit of femininity with the bodybuilding.
Feminine energy.
Yeah. And look, fitness, sports model kind of starts tapping into almost a bit of figure. Not as intense as figure, but it's very like prominent, fucking like masculine, which is cool. It's badass, don't get me wrong. But I just love it when it's all about the curves and the glutes.
Yeah.
And,
it's very expressive, I find. Yeah, bikini's more expressive.
Yeah, there's just something about it, I think there is that classic bikini look and yeah, I think that's where I like to stay. Never letting myself outgrow bikini guys.
Yeah, no.
It's like when people say, so are you going to start smashing androgens? And I'm like, no. I actually am worried if I was, I would fucking outgrow bikini.
Yeah, literally, bikini forever.
Do you know what you see actually happen a lot though with some competitors? And like hats off to them, impressive work, They obviously get on peds to, especially maybe IFBB, it's a common one. And they get so jacked, but they get too jacked. And now it's like, oh, shit. And now they're starting to push towards figure. Yeah. But they're still so young. You know what I mean?
Literally.
And I'm like, fuck. I guess that's almost the beauty of allowing yourself to grow.
Yeah.
It's like people are always in a rush.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially like 19, 20. And they're
What's
like,
the fucking rush?
I want to turn pro on my first show.
Yeah.
So then, maybe they feel that pressure to take steroids.
The beauty is in the journey of the becoming.
Yeah. Like always having work to do.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like the person you become throughout it. And I think that's the thing, right, where a lot of people, everyone wants to be an overnight success.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone just wants to have that instant, yep, I got there. And it's like, well, how can we fast track everything? But sometimes the beauty isn't always in fast tracking.
Yeah.
It's actually like going through the actual journey and seeing the person it makes you become, the harder you have to work.
I always say the beautiful part is that it's a never-ending journey as well. Like even if you reach the level that you want to come to, like you become the woman that you want to become, guess what? You're at a new level now. There's new things that you're going to find that you need to work on. Yep. And I love that. And when I accepted that, it made it so much more freeing and it made me enjoy this, what do we call it? Like a journey of self-development, self-becoming.
Yeah.
Because there's always new levels.
100%. I love that you said that because it's like when I started with Scott, right, Scott works with a lot of advanced elite athletes.
Yeah.
Like he has multiple IFBB pros in his clientele list. And I even watched a podcast where he spoke and he said, and I love it, such a humble bloke. He's like, I'm in a position where, I am fortunate enough that a lot of athletes that do come to work with me already are great athletes themselves. Like he didn't make them become that great athlete and turn them from the beginner to the person they are now. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people, they want someone that has the experience and it's going to make the right calls. People that don't really need to be like coached, do you know what I mean? Like motivate. And he's even said like, I'm not a motivation coach. Like I am, I set the plan.
Yeah.
This is the plan. This is what we're doing. Makes the right call. Someone that's knowledgeable, And I remember when I started with Scott, obviously at that point when I started with him, I wasn't a pro in any federation. I was just a girl that had competed once with big hopes who came 5th in WBFF as her first show. And, when I was with my previous coach, that coach didn't really have many, I guess, like competitors, or the type of clientele list Scott has. So I guess maybe I felt like one of those clients that were maybe like an impressive client, you could say.
Yeah.
And then I remember when I started with Scott, I said to Paul, I was like, oh, I am a little fish in a big pond here. I am not one of the clients that's like eyes are on them, which was so fun. I love a bit of an underdog, you know. And I remember going
It's a bit humbling, isn't it?
It's humbling,
yeah, but in a good way.
Yeah, and I remember going in for my first ever in-person check-in with Scott, not this prep, but the one before, because I've been with the guy for like almost 3 years. And I remember sitting in his office and he had some small frames above his desk, and there's only maybe like 4 photos or whatever, and they were his athletes that had turned pro in IFBB. And I was like, wow, that's so fucking cool. And I was like, even so, I'm like, wow, that's so sick. Like these athletes, he's like
what an honor.
He's proud like clients, you know, that it's a big deal getting someone to turn pro in IFBB. That is fucking huge.
Fuck yeah.
It's not rare. There's not many pro cards given out, and that's a standard, you know. And I could really see that there is a standard with what he has a standard, you know, of what is like excellence or worthy of, you know, that gratification essentially. And I remember, I told you this in the car, but I remember when I won my NBA pro card and then I won my pro championship, I gave him the coaches award for the pro champ. I said, I know it's probably not good enough to go on the wall, but here you go. Anyway, I just got my check-in the other day from Scott, and it's like life moment made, really. He said to me, he was like, there's only one more thing I need from you to do. I need you to pick your favorite photo in high resolution and send it to me because I want you on my wall. He's like, the NBA pro card, it wasn't worthy of being up there.
I was going to fuck myself then.
But he's like, an FMG pro card and also just how fucking relentless you were in getting it. He's like, I want you on my wall.
Yeah.
And I was like,
it's not even just the pro card, it's the dedication. He would have seen how hard you worked for it, and that's what he's proud of.
And I think that's the beauty of having a coach that's not your cheerleader.
Yes.
Someone that makes you earn your way.
Yeah.
Like if Scott and anyone that's coached by Scott knows, you get a compliment from Scott, you're like, oh shit, I must have done a really good job. Right? Because, and I said this to him, I actually told him in Bali, I said, this is the thing I love about you as a coach is you never pump my tires. You never fucking, you know, like at the end of the day, I don't need you to pump my tires. I know who I am. I work hard for who I am. And it's most important that I believe in myself, not you believe in me. And he was like, yeah, 100%. And so for him to be able to do that, say that thing in my check-in, that meant so much to me. And it probably wouldn't have meant as much if, let's say, he did put my NBA pro card up there.
Yeah.
Or if he was to always, you know, pump my tires. Like, yeah, you do. Like, do you know what I mean? Cheerlead me a lot. Yeah. It wouldn't have felt as valuable. And I think this is important maybe for some of the girls that are listening, right? That are just lifestyle clients. And don't get me wrong, I do believe, and you would probably agree, that when we get a beginner, there probably needs to be an element of cheerleading.
Absolutely.
To really encourage them to make this change. They need someone backing them a little bit.
Sometimes they don't believe in themselves and they need someone to believe in them.
100%. Like I do believe there's that element where we've got to really kind of get them fired up a little bit. But then I think there does become a point, you know, especially if you're someone that maybe wants to step on stage. I think this is so powerful because as a first-timer athlete, you'll still have a lot to learn and a lot of athlete maturity. And I know I did from the athlete I was to the athlete I am now. There is that big difference. But I think if you're like doing your check-ins and maybe only ever wanting to like say how well you did with this or I did that, but every time you did something maybe that wasn't aligned, you go a bit quiet, you don't want to share it.
Yes.
You're just wanting gratification. You just want to hear your coach tell you how amazing you are.
Yeah, your coach shouldn't just be your cheerleader. They should pull you up when you need to be pulled up. Like they should obviously do it in a way that is with love.
Yes.
But your coach shouldn't just be like, if you had a fucking shit week and you have not done any of your gym sessions and your coach is like, oh, it's all right, like life happens. Your coach is not holding you to a standard. They're just fucking cheering you on.
Yeah. And it's funny, like one of my clients, she said this to, she's one of my lifestyle girls, and she said to me, she's like, you know, I love that you don't enable my shitty behaviors.
Yeah.
She's like, I feel like if you were to go, oh, you know, it's okay though, like you got this next week, girl. Yeah. She's like, I wouldn't be progressing anywhere.
Yeah, 100%.
And one of my clients said it best, and I love how they articulate it. It was something along the lines where, you know, you don't shame us if we're not aligning. You deliver what we need to hear, with love. It's firm, but it's respectful.
Yeah. It's not with judgment.
Yeah. It's respectful in your best interest. And I always say to my clients, look, at the end of the day, I'm not even going to really tell you what to do because I know you know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
I will question you. If you act out of alignment, I always believe there's a reason why someone acts out of alignment. There's something to it, whether they're not feeling like they have a strong enough why for a goal, so it shouldn't probably be the goal, or maybe there's some external factors going on in life that they're probably not bringing to the table. There's always something, right? So rather than me just telling them, like, you need to fucking do this, because let's be honest, none of us like being told what to do.
Yeah.
Like, it's got to come here. Yeah. I will question them. Why do you think this happened? Where do you think you're lacking? Like, really ask them the hard questions.
Yeah.
Make them reflect.
Yeah. And it's a two-way relationship as well. Like, if you're struggling, your coach is not a fucking mind reader. Like, we don't know if you're struggling. It has to go both ways. Like, you have to reach out and let us know as well. And the more that you can be honest and communicate openly with us, it helps us help you too.
I think strong communication as well.
Oh, it's the key.
Yeah.
I always say to my girls, like, that is the key for this to work long term. We have to be able to communicate with each other.
Yep. And I think the communication you give your coach as well, you would probably also agree with this. Communicating with your coach, there are probably some things you should communicate to your coach that they absolutely need to know. And then there's probably some things that you might be communicating that your coach probably doesn't even know what to do with that information. It's just mundane. It's like, maybe you should probably say these things to your best friend. And thank you. Yes. So I think there's an element of what is relevant information that your coach can actually utilize.
Yeah,
right?
100%. I'm glad you said that. Because it's hard for us to not absorb all this shit as well.
Yes. And it's like, I've learned, I'm not perfect. I feel like Scott has helped me grow a lot in becoming a good athlete. Not just sticking protocols, but actually knowing what's relevant, what's not. And also making me less reactive, because there has been moments in preps where I've maybe actually just been emotional and reactive, and I've sent him a message saying, like, this is where I'm at, blah, blah. And he's like, and then after I'll actually like sit down, breathe and journal and write about it, I'm like, oh, I'm actually okay. Like, I'm just being a bit of an emotional, reactive sook right now. And there's nothing that he can actually do about it. It's just me fucking complaining.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So I think when you are communicating to your coach, one, ask yourself, by them telling them this, how can they actually help me? Is it relevant, something that they can do? Yeah. Or am I just venting?
Yeah.
Am I just like venting and maybe it's a hard moment that will pass, but I need to like express it?
Yeah.
Like, and the reason I say this is because, for example, I use myself as an example. Scott knows in a prep, if I tell him I'm fucking struggling, he knows I'm struggling, and he knows he needs to utilize that information and do something about it. Because I'm not every day going, I'm hungry. Oh, I'm so tired, Scott. Like, if I was doing that all the time, how is he ever going to know if this is actually hunger we need to address this? Or, oh, she complains all the time anyway, so she's probably just complaining.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
So it's actually knowing, if you communicate what is relevant, you actually help your coach know you a bit better and when to make those calls for an athlete, okay? But in saying that, I think also going back to the check-ins, if you are always only telling the good things and telling your coach how amazing you always did, but you go a bit quiet when you know things haven't quite been right, you aren't allowing yourself to be coached.
I know a few of my clients are probably listening to this thinking, like, I'll always have clients message me. They're like, I'm not going to bother checking in this week. I've had a really bad week. And I tell them, like, that is the most important fucking week. That is where we problem solve. Like, I'm not here to just cheer you on and congratulate you when you've had a great week. I'm here to help you overcome barriers and obstacles when you have had a bad week. Like, we need to know this shit.
Yeah.
Otherwise, how the fuck can we help?
Yeah. And it's like letting your ego down.
Yeah.
Like,
we're not here to shame you or judge you. Like, we're here to help you.
Yeah. And your worth is not dictated on how good of a client you can be.
Yeah, I love that you said that.
It's not. It's like when someone tells us in a prep, oh my God, your physique is amazing. I don't actually give a fuck because there's no worth in it. I don't need you to tell me my physique is amazing. Like, I know it is.
Yeah.
But when someone says, like, you know, respect your hustle.
Yeah.
See you working hard. that's value to me.
Absolutely.
And it's like with the whole Scott
That puts a pep in my step.
It's like the whole Scott situation. I didn't need Scott to tell me, oh my God, man, you're doing such an amazing, this is such a good check-in. Like, you know, he's just like, cool, okay, you've done this. Now this is the next layer. Cool, we're here, whatever. It's practical, right? Yeah. It's not just pump my fucking tires.
Yeah, the clients with me that get the best results are the ones that check in no matter the week they fucking had. And they communicate with me and they're honest with me. If something's not working, they'll tell me. Like, they don't shy away or they're not scared to tell me if they don't like something in the plan. Like, they communicate that with me. It's a partnership. Like, it has to go both ways.
And I think, you know, remember, we're humans. We can't mind read and we can only make decision based on what you tell us.
I actually have a fucking post in my drafts about this. I was going to post next week about, like, your coach shows up for you when they're tired, when they're stressed, when they're fucking grieving, when they're traveling. Like, we show up no matter how we feel. So we need you to do the same. Show up for us no matter how you feel.
100%.
And look, teamwork makes the dream work, baby.
You're probably the same. I imagine you being the same. But when someone signs up with me, I set the expectations from the get-go.
Yeah.
So one of the expectations I have is, look, I'm in a position now where I'm not here to handhold my clients. I did when I was an amateur coach, and I think that's because I didn't know my worth, and I was like, maybe if I just please and overgive that people will stay with me longer. No, that does not work, guys, and it doesn't help.
No, you got to have boundaries.
You got to have boundaries. So instead, what I do, because again, I want my clients to be independent. I want them to not feel like they need their handheld, that they are capable.
Exactly right.
So for me, I say to my clients, I am not going to message you every fucking day to check in and see how you're doing. Instead, whenever something's not right, you're sick of something on the meal plan, you're struggling, you've fallen sick, you've hurt yourself in training, or there's an exercise, you just can't get it right, message me. Like, because if you don't tell me, if I don't have you messaging me, I'm going to assume you're doing fine.
Yes.
That's what I was saying. I was like,
say that to
I'm
going to
assume you're doing fine.
I assume you're just doing the thing.
I'm not going to message you white noise and be like, how you doing?
Yeah. I don't like to assume that a client is struggling.
Yes, I don't assume. And like, I love it because Scott knows that with me. Like, sometimes I don't really talk to Scott.
Same with me and Ben.
Because Scott knows I have an issue. I'll just message him.
Yeah,
like,
literally.
He doesn't need to.
Yeah.
But the only time, you know, I will probably message a client is maybe one, actually, I know they're going through a bit of grief at the moment.
Yeah.
I actually know they've just fallen sick. So 3 days later, I'll be like, hey, are you feeling any better?
Yeah.
Like,
or if like they check in every week and 1 week they don't check in.
Yes. That is also another thing when you see there's a shift in action, something's happened, you know.
You can pick it up.
Sometimes that's where, you know, as a coach, if you've got a client, they're always checking in, all of a sudden there's just 1 week, they might be going through some shit that they're so consumed by. It's like they actually really need you to reach out.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
But otherwise I will say, like, I'm going to assume you're fine.
Yeah.
So just message me. There's no harm in you.
Have you ever had a time where a client will randomly cross your mind and you message them and they're like, how did you know like I was struggling?
Yep.
I was like, I don't know.
I call it my autistic tingle.
Yeah, like I just felt it. Like I felt like I needed to message you. And they're like, I've had the worst week.
Yes.
Like I wanted to message you and then this happened. I'm like, I don't know. Like we're fucking divinely connected.
There's like a spidey tingle.
Yeah,
I get like an
weird,
autistic tingle and I'll have this sixth sense and I'm like, I need to check on this person.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of the time as well, especially when I have clients going through practice preps or at their end of a dieting phase and I know they're in a more delicate spot, food noise is high, fatigue is high. I'm naturally checking in on them a bit more anyway.
Yeah,
I'm like, how's hunger? How's energy? How we feeling? You know, because sometimes they're so fucking tired. They don't even, like, I know how it feels. I've done it. You're so fucking tired. You don't even have the energy to voice how you feel.
Yeah.
You're just, the thought of having, like, especially if your job is online, you have to respond to 50 messages a day. The thought of having to message someone just for yourself, you can't be fucked.
Yeah.
Like,
true.
So sometimes just also knowing when you probably actually do need to reach out.
Yeah.
But I've got a client in build phase, you know, I'm like, I'm not going to check on you, see
literally,
how you're doing.
You're fine, you're thriving.
Yeah,
you're eating, you're training, you're thriving.
If, you know, I'll look over sometimes over like, oh yeah, they've been going to the gym, they're ticking all their things.
Yeah.
They're plodding along fine. I'm not going to send them a message to mother them.
Yeah.
Because also, and I think this can go to coaches that are listening, new coaches, right? Because we've been doing this for a long time. Like, there is that level of insecurity when you're a new coach. There's that level of imposter syndrome, which is something we're going to tap into another episode, that you feel like you need to over give.
Yeah.
You need to over accommodate. And, you know, you might be thinking, oh, I'm going to message my clients all the time so then they can see I really care about them and then I'm always checking on them.
Yeah.
Okay. but then you get busier.
It'll drain
You're going to message your client. And then all of a sudden, let's say you get busier. So then you stop.
Yeah.
You have just set the expectation for them of the type of coach you are. You stop doing that, they're going to be like, oh, they don't care about me anymore.
Yeah, they forgot about
What's
you.
happened?
Mm-hmm.
So also you got to look out for yourself, right? And it's not that you don't care, but you have now just given them something that they're used to. And that's an expectation of you now. And all of a sudden you don't do that. It's that they feel like, well, what the fuck?
Yeah, boundaries are so important, especially being an online coach. People just kind of assume that you're just available 24/7. Like you're just sitting on your ass on your fucking WhatsApp all day. Like it's so important. Like we work a 9 to 5 just like you. Like it's so important to have boundaries.
I mean, we try to make it 9 to 5, but sometimes it's a 4 to 5. It's so funny. I had my friend.
I'm like on the couch on my laptop like 8 o'clock.
That was the last one. I have one of my friends over and I was like, she knew I was working early in the morning, and then she was over and I was at the kitchen bench just like responding to other things. She's like, fuck, you really are a bit of a 24/7 coach. I was like, I don't try to be, but
I did my check-ins at 7 a.m. this morning. I smash them out early.
It doesn't. It just happens. Like
because we love what we do.
Love what you do.
Passion, but like we gotta have boundaries.
Gotta have boundaries, and that's where it's like it's almost you're doing yourself and your clients a disservice by doing all the extra wishy-washy shit that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
More is not better. Value.
Yes.
Value is important. Like what do your clients actually need? And this is where it's like we have lifestyle clients and we also have bodybuilding clients. How they're coached is very different.
100%.
And it has to be because what a bodybuilder needs is so different to what a lifestyle who's just started the gym, who's really anxious needs.
My physique clients are so independent.
So independent.
They're so independent.
Yeah. And honestly, if you were messaging them all the time, they'd be like, bro, leave me alone. I'm fucking fine. What the fuck? Like,
literally.
Straight up, if Scott was messaging me, I'd be like, cunt, you, like, what the fuck? Like, leave me alone. I'm fine, bro. I'm doing my thing.
Literally.
You know? And he literally said, he's like, if I don't hear from you, I just assume you're doing fine. And 100% please keep assuming that.
I'm deep into my build phase. I don't check in with Ben every week anymore. No. I do my measurements, I do my photos, my weigh-in, but unless I actually have something to say, I don't check in. And he knows that I'm fine.
Yeah. That's like now our beginner lifestyle clients, you know, a lot of them will do weekly checks in. We'll give them the option of a weekly check-in.
Yeah.
But for a lot of our, you know, intermediate, advanced people that have been doing this, it's just who they are. It's their identity. Fortnightly check-ins, off-season, fortnightly check-ins.
A lot of my girls will start with weekly just while we really build the foundations, get to know each other and everything. And
or
then
fat loss phases.
Yeah,
you know, I like a weekly check for a fat loss phase because it's more time dependent.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's just, again, like there shouldn't be one blanket rule of what everyone gets. It's like it should be dependent on the client and it's going to allow you to know where your energy does need to go and you're probably going to enjoy your job a lot more, not resent it as much for coaches that listen to our podcast.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to maybe your young self in your first year of coaching? Like what things would you say to her now?
I think the boundaries thing is huge. I was very much a people pleaser. Like I was working fucked as hours. I was always available. I would be like in bed replying to messages at 9 p.m. at night because I felt like if I don't reply, I'll lose the client. So boundaries was definitely a big one. Baby coach.
Baby Sandra.
I think, I did end up doing this, but investing a lot into my education. That's given me like the biggest return on investment, especially these days with online coaching. One, a lot of coaches are going into online coaching without ever even working on the gym floor. Don't recommend that. I learned majority of what I know by working with human beings in person, working with different bodies, injuries, restrictions, like everyone is so fucking different. That's how now I can look at a video of a squat and be like, okay, maybe we need to do this, do that. If I didn't have that prior experience, I would look at that video and be like, this is wrong, but I don't know what to do. So I think if you're wanting to get into online coaching, do your fucking hours.
Thank you.
Do your hours on the gym floor. Yeah, get in the trenches. Like that's where you're going to gain so much fucking knowledge. Don't invest in business coaches. Invest in your education first. Learn, invest in your nutrition. Do your Amanda and I have done so many fucking different certificates and courses and shit. Like
overqualified PTs.
Literally. Dude, instead of jumping straight into online and hiring a fucking marketing coach, go on the gym floor and do your duty, do your hours, and invest in your fucking education.
Couldn't have said
Be
it
a
any
good
better.
coach.
Couldn't have
Learn
said
how to
it
be a
any
good
better.
coach.
I think that's super important because the end of the day, you're meant to be an expert in exercise prescription.
Your
right?
Cert 3 and 4 in fitness won't cut it.
It will not cut it. It gets you started, but
Yeah.
it will not cut it.
Yeah.
And like Sandra said, the in-person experience on the floor, coaching people, doing personal training,
I learned so
invaluable.
much. Yeah.
You think, oh, you're doing people a favor? No, they're doing you a favor.
Yeah.
These people coming to you being your guinea pigs in your first few years,
Yeah.
they're going to help you become a better coach because your first few PT sessions, you're going to do a shit job at them.
Oh,
you won't even know.
My first client, I'm so sorry.
You think you're doing a good job because there's you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah, literally.
Right? And then you look back
exactly.
when you do, oh, fuck, I was terrible. What the fuck was I doing?
It's learning communication, learning to
Yes.
communicate with different people as well. Like we were saying, different clients need different approaches.
Learning how to give feedback.
Yeah.
Knowing when to give a shit sandwich, start off with a good layer and
Yeah.
then, work your way down and finish off with something good,
Exactly right.
Yeah, delivering communication.
It's so valuable. I learned
valuable.
all of that on the gym floor.
Yeah, the gym floor was honestly, the gym floor. And then also for me, I had a face-to-face coach throughout my first 7 years of lifting. I didn't have just an only online coach until 7 years into my journey.
Yeah.
Before that, and then even for a bit, I did online coaching for a year. Then I went back to having another face-to-face coach for a whole year after that because I had injuries after the broken foot incident and my body was fucked out. So
I'm glad you said that. Having your own coach is so valuable.
Having
too.
your own coach and
Yeah.
learning from someone who's been doing it way fucking longer than you
Yeah.
because there's always something to learn. And
Exactly.
if you can't cue a back squat, a deadlift, or confidently, if someone asks you, if you couldn't teach a beginner who's fucking like a wet noodle
try to teach them
how
how
to
to do an
hinge
RDL.
or how to squat, if you can't do that, you should not be doing online coaching.
Fuck no.
You need to get on the gym floor and get
'Cause
confident
it's
at that
harder
shit.
through video as well.
So much harder.
Yeah.
You really got to know how to cue. Cueing is a fucking skill. And it's not about, knowing so many fucking cues. Less is actually more.
And just because you know how to RDL doesn't mean
Yes.
you know how to teach everyone else how to RDL. Because my RDL is going to look different to Amanda's RDL.
By
We've got different
mechanics.
bodies. Yeah,
And
exactly.
I actually explained this to a client online this morning. She's like, oh, I saw these other people, how they were squatting. I was like, oh, babe, a squat is one
Yeah.
of the most complex exercises for
fuck, there's so many moving
so-
parts.
from foot placement to how much you should have a torso lean,
Yeah.
bar placement. It is so different for everyone based on your limb lengths, your hip structure, your anatomy. It is so fucking different. Please do not compare. Film it, send it to me.
Yeah.
Don't be looking what someone else is doing on
I've
fucking
had clients say but this girl gets so low on her RDL.
Yes.
I'm like, you can't get that low.
No, yeah, you ain't got
don't
that.
need to get
It's
that
going
low.
straight to your lower back, babe.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? So I think as well, if you cannot confidently say that you could cue someone, okay, you know how to do it. Like Sandra said, that's great. But if you actually can't know how to teach someone how to do it, you need to be getting that experience. Or that just shows me you don't actually care about being a good coach.
Yeah.
You're here for the money aspect.
Yeah, online coaching is so fucking glamorized. At the end of the day, we have a duty of care.
We do.
This is people's health and fitness in our hands. Just because you can't, how do I word this? If you are, you can see me getting riled
Give
up.
it to me.
I'm just let me untie my tongue. You can't want to get into coaching just because you love to train. Just because you love to train doesn't mean that you know how to teach other people to train. And not only do you have their physical fitness in your hands, it's their fucking relationship with food, their body image, their mindset. There's so much more that goes into it. And, bro, did you see my story yesterday of I had a consult call with a beautiful lady. She told me that her previous coach, she has injuries, restrictions from a car accident.
Yep.
He had her back squatting.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Completely uncomfortable. She fucking hated it. It would flare up her injuries. She told him, and he said, you're not going to achieve your weight loss result without this exercise.
What the fuck?
What the fuck? There was so much more. I can't even remember everything that she said. It was fucking awful. And then
Those red flags.
she left him. Bro, you know what he said to her?
No.
Good luck losing the weight without me. As if he's a toxic ex. Good luck. You'll never make it without me. Are you joking, hun?
Yeah, I've experienced both ends of this stick. I've experienced clients coming and telling me this exact thing.
So much shit.
And I've also experienced when I've left a coach before. as well when it wasn't feeling aligned.
I'm lucky I haven't had many bad experiences.
Yeah,
with coaches.
overall, like every coach I've had has been exactly what I needed in that time. Every
Yeah.
coach I had has taught me invaluable stuff. And I think I've taken elements of every coach I've had over my last, 10 years of training into the type of coach I am today.
Yes.
And I feel like I've landed with Scott. And look, I can say this, I'm never leaving Scott.
Yeah.
Scott is the perfect coach for me.
Mm.
I think that's me and Paul were talking about this the other day. Like, and I think Scott's even said it as well. Like, because I said, I'm like, you're such a fucking good coach. And he's like, I'm a good coach for you. Like, for some people, Scott would not be the coach.
Yeah.
Like.
You got to find someone that aligns with you.
And for me, like.
For some people, I wouldn't be a fucking good coach.
And so some people, I wouldn't be a good coach. I don't know how to butter things up and wrap it in a pretty bow. Like like I said, I deliver feedback firm but respectfully. I ask hard questions. I'm not a cheerleader. And that's, a lot of girls come to me that want to be held to a standard.
Yeah.
They literally come to me because they're like, I'm better from myself. I'm like, perfect. Let's fucking do this.
Yeah, I love that.
And that's the people I want to attract.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone has a different type of clientele.
Absolutely.
And I think there's no harm if you start with a coach, do your minimum term at least, see how it goes.
Yeah.
But you
give
might
it time. Give the
it
relationship the time to actually
give it time.
Turn into something. You have to get to know each other.
100%. For my first whole year of Scott coaching me, I kept saying to Paul, I don't think Scott likes me. I was like, I don't think he likes me. But it's because I was a young athlete thinking like validation, because previous coaches had always maybe told me how amazing I was. So maybe I was different. Honestly, I was probably like, oh, like this feels like this is not person that like me.
Yeah.
I had to prove myself, but prove myself for me, which it was great because Scott's coaching made me want to hold myself to a standard. It made me want to earn my stripes more.
Yeah.
And I fucking loved that. It made me do it for me, not for someone else to say good job.
Yes, 100%.
And I think I take so many elements of what I've learned from that as an athlete into my coaching.
Yeah.
And a lot of my athletes now, they can see that, and the ones that love it, that are a bit like me, because we attract people similar to us.
We do.
Right?
We really do. I always say, like, all of my clients I would like get a coffee with.
Yes.
Like, they're my friends.
Like, let's catch up, y'all.
Yeah, literally. Like, I align with all of my clients.
Yeah. It's a good thing. Yeah, like, it's such a good thing.
You attract what you put out.
100%. And that's why, again, going to you coaches now, not the clients, this is why it's so important you show up as your authentic self.
Yeah.
Like, really be who you are, not what you think other coaches are going to say that's a good coach. Like, there's no, like, blueprint into what a perfect coach is, because there's going to be different perfect coach for a different individual.
Yeah.
Right? There's definitely, standards that a coach should hold themselves to 100%.
Yeah.
We know when there's some red flags appearing.
Yeah. Online coaching is just not regulated.
It's not regulated.
It's not regulated. Anyone can become a coach.
There's too many.
And even like if you're looking for a coach, there's nothing wrong with even asking, like, what are their qualifications?
I love it when someone asks me what my quals are.
Someone asked me that once and I had mad respect. I was like, hell yeah. I'm like, here are my qualifications.
Yes.
I feel like it should get asked more, because I've worked with hundreds of women now. They've been asked once, like, what do you actually qualify
I
in?
get a lot of girls. Actually, a girl I recently just signed up literally yesterday. I loved it. She asked me, she's like, oh, how long have you been doing this for?
Yeah.
I was like, 8 years, man.
Like, they should be like almost consulting us as much as we're consulting them.
100%.
Yeah.
Like,
because there's a lot of fucking shit coaches out there. There's so many bad coaches.
And look, I don't say yes to everyone. That's why I do a call.
Yeah,
you can't just inquire. That's why it's an application. You can't just sign up to my challenge or coaching and off we fucking go. Like, I need to see if we align, because I'm sorry. Like, I've got a great amount of clients and I love my clients and I like liking my job. I never want to resent my job.
Exactly right.
And as soon as I'm working with someone and I'm like, we're not fucking aligned, and I'm resenting and I'm stressed out just having to even work with this client, it's done.
That's why I'm so picky with even just like my messaging online, like who I try to attract.
It has to be aligned.
Yeah.
And this is how you stay in the game longer. Again, back to the coach's audience now. The way you stay loving your job is making sure that you aren't saying yes to things that don't align.
Yeah. I love that.
Like that's how you stick it out. It's how you love it.
Find who you love to work with
Yes.
and only focus on them. And in all your social media, everything, talk to that one person.
Yep.
Don't try to fucking sound all smart because you're trying to impress other coaches.
Big words, ChatGPT, make me sound smart.
You're not trying to get other coaches onto your team. You need to talk to the woman or the man or whatever that you're trying to attract.
And I think as well with social media, guys, fucking put some of your brain into it, man. You can fucking see it when someone, I'm like, I know people, I'm like, I know you don't. I'm like, you don't talk like that, bro.
Don't get me started.
Like, don't get me wrong, I won't lie. I'll use a bit of ChatGPT to help me brainstorm shit. But what I do
it's not willpower, it's systems.
Oh,
it's not this, it's that. It's not this, it's
and
that.
the three.
Fucking hell, bro.
Yeah, no. So what I like to do is I actually just word vomit shit. This is how I come across. I word vomit. My notes are like scattered. If you went into you like, what the fuck? This is unhinged as shit. And then I'll use chat to kind of help me structure.
I'm
things.
the exact same. Like I use
I know
AI.
my messaging.
AI helps with tons of my back end, my admin shit. Like I'm not gonna sit here and act like I don't fucking use AI.
Yeah,
we all do.
100%.
It's streamlined my business so that I can show up as a better coach for my clients.
Absolutely. And I think, but as well, there's so many new coaches. They'll be like, it might say they'll go into ChatGPT, and it's like, help me write a post about progressive overload.
Yeah, and it's just the most generic fucking shit. As soon as I see the M dash, you're done.
Yeah, and it's like, at least remove them.
Yeah.
You never use that fucking word, con. You even know how to pronounce that?
Yeah, it's fast.
Yeah, it's pretty hectic. Like, actually have intention by what your messaging is.
There's a lot of big name coaches that I'm spotting it on.
I know.
Big name coaches, bro. Like influencer coaches. That their captions are so obvious. They haven't even edited it.
I know.
There's not one, like nothing that's them in that caption. Like it's straight ChatGPT.
Yeah, it's
like, bro, how do you not notice? If you don't notice, like, we're all gonna notice.
Yeah.
It's fucked.
I think as well.
It makes me angry.
And that's how you're gonna get your client by actually being you. Because if you show up as someone you're not, and then you're attracting these clients and you're just gonna feel burnt out all the time, it's like you're putting a mask on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Show up as yourself authentically.
Show up as yourself. And you know what? For your first few years as a coach, and I'll say this confidently, you might actually not know who you are yet. And I didn't for a while. And that's why I coached I coached everyone. I coached a lot of I was coaching powerlifters. I actually loved coaching powerlifters. That was pretty fun. Bodybuilding is definitely my niche, but like I was coaching numerous types of people, anyone, everyone. And I knew the ones that were the vampire suckers, you know.
Absolutely.
And as I got more into it and, you know, built up clientele, I started to get picky. And then
me too.
Yeah. And so, you know, there's no harm when you first start. Try it. See who you align with. See who your client is.
Exactly.
You will find your avatar.
Yeah.
And then from there, you just build off that as well.
100%.
I think that was a pretty cool unhinged.
That was good. That was good for coaches.
Bit of something for the coaches, bit of something for the clients as well. Like how to actually get the most out of your coaching, show up with check-ins, communicate, like know how to actually utilize your coaching, that it's not just a form of you're doing a good job, but actually let your coach you.
Yeah, like you're paying a premium. Like put in the 100% effort. Get the most that you can out of it.
Yeah. Like, yeah, that's probably the biggest feedback for you guys. Let your coach you.
Yeah.
Don't hold back on being coached. Drop the ego. Be vulnerable. Be vulnerable.
I love that.
Be vulnerable. If your coach does slander you or shame you, just fuck them off and then go find someone else you can be vulnerable with. That's fine.
Yeah, reach out to me or Amanda.
Yeah, we're here. I'm pretty unhinged. Like when I'm on calls with clients, like a lot of shit they'll go to, I'll go deep and I'll be like, okay, I actually went through this. It was pretty similar. This is how I actually got through it. And I'll be a bit vulnerable in that sense too. And I'll say to people, I'm like, you know, you can be a victim. That's okay. We can be victims, but we're not fucking staying here.
Yeah.
We're getting out of here, mate. Me and you together.
I love that.
Yeah. Awesome, guys. Thanks for tuning into this.
Thank you.
Ep. We'll talk to you on the next one.
Bye.